Well, let's bring in Breitbart economics and finance editor John Carney. John, it's always great to see you. He caused the inflation problem that we have today. Let's just be clear. That's why the companies are shrinking the sizes and trying to do all these things. So Target is saying we're going to reduce prices because there's so much competition in these big box retailers. They want to get people back into their store. But my argument is this. They can't give things away for free. So somehow it's going to have to come from somewhere. Maybe it's laying off more people. It's doing something with other cost-cutting measures to make sure that the bottom line still delivers to shareholders, because that is their job as a business.
Yeah, look, I think this is a miracle of competition. This is how the American system works. People can't afford things, so they want to keep their customers. They're lowering costs. Biden blaming corporations for inflation is like looking into a mirror on a bad hair day and screaming at the mirror. It's not the mirror's fault. It's a reflection of you. And that's what's happening. Biden caused this, as you said, and he's yelling at the corporations. Look, inflation is a worldwide phenomenon. It actually happened all over the world. Yeah. Did he think that UK corporations got greedy, that European corporations got greedy? Was there just a greed explosion when Biden got elected? If that's the case, then, by the way, we should throw him out even faster than if it was just because of what he did, which was fiscal irresponsibility.
Well, the last time you came, John, you said, well, of course corporations are greedy. They're trying to make as much money as possible. But to your point, competition actually works. And when you're trying to drive sales, you got to reduce prices. And maybe what's happening here is these big box retailers who have purchasing power are putting pressure on their suppliers to reduce costs as well. And maybe they're still making a profit and saving some cash.
I think yes, and a little bit of no, because the two big input costs are still a problem that he caused too. Oil prices, which are still high, and high wages.
Right. Well, so one of the things that's happening, and one of the reasons they're cutting these costs on goods, is that services inflation has gotten so bad, and that's where the real inflation is right now, that people can't afford the goods. So when you're spending more for your hospital, then you have less to spend at Walmart. So what's happening is inflation isn't going away, it's transferred to services. They're trying to get some of those dollars back, but it's going to be very hard because inflation is running at near 6% on the services side.
Wow. All right, well, then you've got the billionaires. They're not safe from Biden's wrath either, because according to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, they're going to be spared from that global wealth tax being floated around by the G20 ministers. But Yellen telling the Wall Street Journal, quote,
"We believe in progressive taxation, but the notion of some common global arrangement for taxing billionaires with proceeds redistributed in some way, we're not supportive of a process to try to achieve that. That's something we can't sign on to." So listen, finally we get a little pearl of wisdom and common sense out of Janet Yellen, John.
It's very late. Look, they proposed this about a month ago. Well, they proposed it about a month ago.
She just said sorry about transitory.
Right. So about a month ago, the G20 finance ministers got together. It was the communists who are in charge of Brazil right now, the non-communist who's in charge of France. They collaborated together and said, let's raise taxes on the whole globe. This will be amazing. The U.S. actually should have spoken up right then and said, no, we want to defend property rights. We want to defend national sovereignty. Instead, they waited till now, and Janet Yellen now tells us. So it took them about a month to think about, I don't know, should we let the rest of the world tax our wealth? No, of course we shouldn't. It's a ridiculous idea to begin with. I'm glad they came around to the right decision. I just wish they could have done it a little quicker.
But what about this? Because no global wealth tax, but now, of course, it's back to the same tagline, which is the billionaires have to pay their fair share. It's very much on the table. Listen.
We know November is going to be about two choices. So let's be clear about that. Let's be clear about that. And whereas the last administration buried our country in debt to pay for tax cuts for billionaires, we are helping dig families out of debt by telling billionaires to pay their fair share. We are protecting the sacred right to organize because we know when unions are strong, America is strong.
But a tax foundation analysis of 2021 IRS data shows that more than 75% of tax revenue was collected by Americans' top 10% of earners. So, John, these are your people. The richest Americans are paying the boatload of taxes in this country.
And they're not all billionaires, by the way.
No,
that top 10% includes a pretty large swath of salaries.
There's only 400 billionaires. There's not,
Exactly.
when they talk about the top 10%, they're talking about a much broader group. And by the way, if she was a wooden doll rather than a real woman, her nose would have been growing like Pinocchio, because she lies and says, oh, the tax cuts went to the billionaires. Barely any tax cuts went to the billionaires, because billionaires don't pay taxes anyway. They're just making that part up. They're lying every time they say that. Look, what they are planning to do is a massive tax hike on all Americans, no matter what they tell you about, oh, it's only going to be 400,000. That's not going to be true if they get reelected. They, as Ronald Reagan once said, their theory is if it moves, tax it. If it's still moving, regulate it. And if it stops moving, then we'll subsidize it. That's how they approach things. That's what they're going to do if they get reelected.
And what they did was they spent trillions and trillions of dollars, and now they're holding up the top 10% at gunpoint and saying, you need to pay for this.
Right. The problem is not that we're not collecting enough taxes. It's that they are spending way too much money. We have a deficit because we're overspending, not because we're not taking enough money out of people's pockets.
It's not a revenue problem. It is a spending problem.
Spending
Absolutely.
problem.
John Carney, it was a pleasure to see you. Thanks
for having me.
Live and
Thank
in
you.
person. That was great. All right.